Blau und weiß sein Leben lang. Herzlich willkommen zurück auf Schalke America. It's back. We're back. Our New Year. Happy New Year. It's our first podcast of the year. It's not really a podcast, actually. This is just something to pass the time during the winter pause. How is everyone doing? Hopefully, everyone had a nice New Year's. Yeah, it was my time was good. Tonight, the game plan for tonight is pretty simple. Get a little bit of the Schalke news. There's a little bit of news that happened over the last week or so, but let's get into some of the news. So, all right. So, first bit of news here for the last week or so. Ernst Kuzora died 34 years ago today. One of the famous Schalke players died 34 years ago today. So, sad memory, right? Sad history here, but history nonetheless. All right, some current team news. Tomorrow, January 2nd, our team starts our winter training program in Portugal. It's going to run January 2nd through the 10th. So we'll see any news updates we get in terms of player movement or anything like that. The first bit of news, I guess, the big news of the last couple of days or so. I'll read a quote from Alex Heffer. Alex Heffer says, together with our new CEO, Matthias Tillmann and Christina Ruhl-Hammers, we made a decision to restructure football at Schalke without the position of sports director. That's correct. Without the position of sports director. Since we want to make these adjustments at the start of the new year, we mutually agreed with Peter Knabel to end the collaboration at board level on January 1st, which is today. Further steps will be taken by the board in a timely manner. So, Peter Knabel will be removed from the board and will continue to work as a consultant for Schalke until June 30th, 2024, for 6 more months. But interesting news to say the least to kick off the new year. Also, no more sports board or no more sporting director. Many people have been announcing Andreas Ernst, Sky Dirk, all those guys. They've been announcing it for a while now. For transfers, the order now is as follows. Heckelman searches with Geraerts to find new players. First has to go to Tillmann and Christina Ruhl-Hammers, and then they can get the players. And then the board has to call the AR to see if they get approval for the $500,000 requirement or whatever. If the transfer, so that they got a limit of 500,000 euros they can spend, and so if the transfer or any purchase they want to make is over that, they have to get approval for that. So Heckelman will be working closely with Geraerts to try to find players to kind of fill his needs, team's needs. Andrea Heckelman already has said that there's a small financial framework at his disposal, but even loan deals with Premier League clubs like Burnley, i.e. Cherlinov, involve so much money that exceeds Schalke's small financial framework. In terms of players that may be going, that we could see some movement in, some players who are now allowed to negotiate freely with other clubs. Thomas Oweyan, not too surprised there. Cedric Brunner, a little bit of surprise there for me. I think one of the better players for us. Blendi Idrizi, he was so big for us in our last game. Blendi was, but he is free to negotiate with other clubs. Danny Latza, another name who I think we're not too surprised with. Michel Langer, Marcin Kaminsky, he has an option for another year, but he's free to negotiate with other teams if he wants. And Simon Torota. And I guess the last two I think we would expect not really to leave, but you never know. I know the Knappen-Schmiede boss, Matthias Schober, he believes 3 players can bring Schalke a lot of money. He's talking about Kiki Top, Asan Ouedraogo, and Blendi Idrizi. But he stressed that all 3 of them can help the team right now. And in the future, maybe they can be sold to help the team fund some more transfers later on, i.e. Malik Chow, who left recently in recent memory last season during a winter window, actually, during a January transfer window. So other current players, Schalke attacker Brian Lasme, he says he wants to improve in the second half of the season. He's quoted as saying, I want to become stronger physically and mentally. I want to improve in the second half of the season. In an interview with Waz, he told Andreas Ernst, I believe, we all been talking about Darko Cherlinov, a guy who we would love to have him back. We have fond memories of him when he played with us last time in the Zweite Liga. well, it looks like the deal is becoming more and more unlikely. His agent has been ramping up pressure, and in a conversation with Waz, Mehmet Esser, his agent, said, if Schalke doesn't submit an offer, we'll have to listen to other clubs too. So basically, Burnley has said, we want to sell Cherlinov. We don't want to loan him out. If we're going to get rid of him, we're going to get rid of him altogether. Schalke doesn't have the money for that. Schalke want to do a loan deal. But as mentioned earlier, trying to deal with Premier League clubs in terms of loans is difficult as this because so much money is required. They required it at least, and they have the funds so they can ask for more money. So that's very unlikely. But also to date, as of January 1st, 2024, no offer has been submitted to Burnley yet. So the agent says, look, Darker wants to come to Schalke, but I'm not going to do an offer. They have to create the offer. So we'll see. If it's supposed to be a purchase deal, that is almost 0% chance that's going to happen. Just because we don't have the funding for it. If it's a loan deal, we'll see. Heckelman is hopeful, but as the agent says, put in a damn offer, and then we can see where we lie, right? But that's the first step. You got to submit an offer, and then hopefully Burnley accepts it. If not, some negotiation. Maybe it doesn't happen. I don't know. But yeah, that's the main bit of news that's happened over the last week or so. Some little odds and ends here and there. Nothing too crazy. Brian, what's up, Brian? You just missed some of the news bits we just had out here. But you can always rewind and go back and get that. Nothing really much too crazy has been happening other than Peter Knabel out at Schalke. But we are going to go now to CC Loan apparently done. Oh, cool. Awesome. All right. So hopefully he goes out, performs well, comes back a better player. So good to hear about that, Ryan. Thank you for that update there. All righty then. Well, keep it short, keep it brief. We'll get this on the next one here next Monday night. Unless some breaking news happens that's crazy, that's out of our control, then we'll jump in for sure. But yeah, we'll catch you guys next Monday night. Enjoy the rest of the first week of the new year. Back to the grind, back to work. Not looking forward to it. All right. Well, thanks again for joining us for tonight, and we'll catch you soon with some more FM24. Glück auf.